Hello, and welcome to Government at Work, where we present a monthly highlight of the programs, projects, and activities of the Government of Montserrat. I'm your presenter, Ajhanii Lewis. Thank you for joining us. In the headlines, Montserrat's economy is expected to grow by 5% in 2024. A new parliament building will become a reality on Montserrat, and Montserrat receives cybersecurity support from the UK. These and other stories after this message. Montserrat's economy is expected to grow by 5% this year. The announcement was made by Premier and Minister of Finance, the Honourable Joseph E. Farrell, while delivering his 2024 New Year's Day message. In his message to the nation, Premier Farrell reflected on the achievements and challenges of 2023, while also highlighting the expectations and plans for 2024. Before outlining the anticipated economic conditions for Montserrat this year, the Premier noted the role global factors play in shaping our economic situation. In particular, he said the world will not fall into a recession and global inflation is forecasted to decline this year. Based on these global factors, coupled with expectations locally, Premier Farrell presented a positive and optimistic economic outlook for Montserrat and highlighted the sectors and investments which will contribute to the positive growth of the economy.
As we look ahead, my government will continue to support private sector development and the socio-economic well-being of the citizens of Montserrat. It is with this context that Montserrat's economy is set to grow by more than 5% this year. During 2024, Montserrat is expected to see its economy expand. This will be bolstered by continued investment in housing, sewage management, and repairs of the road network. These capital projects aim to not only improve living conditions, but also lay the foundation for a more sustainable and inclusive economy. As your government, we will work steadily to deliver on our plans to advance Montserrat. We therefore welcome 2024 with open arms, renewed vigor, and renewed energy to put in the necessary work for the advancement of Montserrat and our people.
Winners in the various categories of the 2023 Christmas lighting competition were announced by the Montserrat Tourism Division in collaboration with the Montserrat Arts Council on January 10, 2024. In the residential homes category, the Wow Factor was awarded to Evelyn White, who received a cash prize of $1,200. First place, with a cash prize of $800, was awarded to Sylvia White. Second place went to Jeanette Lee and Aunt Penny, valued at $400. The third place winner of $250 was Vanessa White. In the business category, Gertrude Ryan took the first place spot with a prize of $800. Second place went to the BBC Complex with a $400 cash prize. In the community category, the winners were Montserrat Secondary School in first place, copping a prize of $800, followed by the Braids community from Ashok to Golden Years Home, winning a cash prize of $400. Special participatory prizes were awarded to Basil Chambers and Camilla Watts for their contributions. The annual Christmas lighting competition brings together residents, business owners, and community groups to showcase their creativity and spread the festive spirit throughout the island. The judging criteria included visual appeal, cohesive theme, creativity, use and variety of decorations or lights, and overall effect. The division was pleased with the new entrants who took part in the competition, and returning participants made notable improvements to their displays. The Montserrat Tourism Division and Montserrat Arts Council expressed gratitude to all participants for their dedication and enthusiasm in their showcase. The Government of Montserrat's recently concluded Diaspora Feedback Survey has unveiled essential insights into the diaspora's demographics, connections, and perspectives regarding Montserrat. The survey, which was conducted from November 27th to December 11th, 2023, strategically gathered 153 responses from online platforms, diaspora organizations, and community networks. The responses highlighted critical concerns flagged by the Montserrat diaspora, encompassing economic development, healthcare, island accessibility, environmental sustainability, job opportunities, education, and infrastructure development. Additionally, it shed light on governance challenges hindering investments, stressing an urgent need for transparent governance practices. Premier, the Honourable Joseph E. Farrell, said, "The invaluable insights gleaned from this survey provided a deep understanding of our diaspora's dynamics and concerns. This underscores the necessity of actively engaging and addressing their needs, which are crucial for a robust collaborative development strategy." End quote. Director of the Montserrat Tourism Division, Mrs. Rosetta West-Gerald, acknowledged the diaspora's commitment to cultural preservation and specifically highlighted the insights gathered about access and tourism in Montserrat. In her comments about the survey data, she said, "The feedback we received echoes the vital importance of enhancing these areas. Understanding the diaspora's perspectives on accessibility and our tourism infrastructure aligns with our goal to create a more accessible and inviting Montserrat for all." End quote. Regarding future diaspora events, the survey unveiled diverse preferences among respondents, showing inclinations toward both physical and virtual attendance. This feedback will inform the organization of the Montserrat Diaspora and Investment Engagement, slated to take place from March 4th to March 8th, 2024 in Montserrat. The Montserrat Tourism Division has analyzed the survey data and compiled a comprehensive report, which includes recommendations on enhancing communication channels, fostering engagement initiatives, ensuring information accessibility, supporting investments, collaborating with diaspora organizations, promoting cultural exchanges, and advocating for transparent governance. Viewers who would like to delve into the detailed findings and insights of the survey are invited to scan the QR code now on screen or check the video description below for the link. The survey report is also available on the Government of Montserrat website in the Government of Montserrat's publication portal under the Media Library tab, as well as on www.visitmontserrat.com under the Diaspora Survey tab. These findings serve as a catalyst for the Government of Montserrat to engage collaboratively with the diaspora, leveraging their insights for a more inclusive and progressive Montserrat. For further inquiries about the survey results, please contact the Montserrat Tourism Division at info@montserrattourism.ms. Stay with us for more government stories after this message. Welcome back to Government at Work. We continue now with this year's budget support mission. The Government of Montserrat is awaiting word from the UK government on the level of budgetary support which will be provided to the island for the 2024-2025 financial year. This waiting period is customary following the budget support mission, formerly known as the Financial Aid Mission, or FAM. This year's mission took place over a period of 3 days, from January 9th to 11th, and brought together senior government officials and UK officials for detailed discussions on Montserrat's budgetary needs. During the mission, the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, FCDO team, engaged in fruitful discussions with Cabinet members, the Honourable Parliamentary Secretary and their technical support teams. Day 1 focused on the current economic and fiscal context, exploring the outlook for the fiscal year. The dialogue expanded into pressing matters such as utility development, energy sector growth, and other resource needs. Attention then shifted to critical maintenance projects aimed at fostering long-term growth. Day 1 concluded with a meeting between the FCDO team and opposition members. On Day 2, strategic discussions unfolded between the Government of Montserrat, FCDO representatives, Her Excellency the Governor Mrs. Sarah Tucker, and representatives from her office. The session delved into topics of economic growth, including access, tourism development, and ICT. Separate talks addressed enhancing safeguarding systems for vulnerable members of our community and advancing healthcare transformation. The afternoon roundtable featured a dialogue on Montserrat's capacity and capability development across the public and private sectors. Education transformation was also on the agenda. On the third day, strategic discussions continued with Her Excellency the Governor, Mrs. Sarah Tucker, the Premier, Honourable Joseph E. Farrell, the Deputy Premier, Dr. the Honourable Samuel Joseph, other members of Cabinet, and officials from the FCDO, Government of Montserrat, and the Governor's Office. This session focused on food security, including crop production and sustainability of supply chains, as well as dialogue on our housing needs and discussions with private sector stakeholders on Montserrat's economic situation. The afternoon roundtables covered security and justice, and the strategic approach to the budget outlook for 2024-25. The mission concluded with a press conference featuring Her Excellency the Governor, Mrs. Sarah Tucker, the Premier, Honourable Joseph E. Farrell, and Deputy Director of the Overseas Territories in the FCDO, Mr. Adam Pyle. If you did not have the opportunity to watch the live-streamed press conference or the media roundtable, you can find the links below in the description box, or you can use your mobile phone to scan these codes on screen to watch them in full. Meanwhile, the team from the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office also had an opportunity to view the progress being made on one of Montserrat's major infrastructure development projects. Her Excellency the Governor, Mrs. Sarah Tucker, Premier, Honourable Joseph E. Farrell, other members of Cabinet, along with FCDO Deputy Director Mr. Adam Pyle, and other officials from the FCDO, Government of Montserrat, and the Governor's Office, met with the Port Development Project team. The visit highlighted the progress made with the construction of the new pier, which is funded by the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office's United Kingdom Caribbean Infrastructure Partnership Fund, UKCIF. A new Parliament building will soon become a reality in Montserrat, as the Government of Montserrat has started the procurement process to advance towards the construction of a permanent home for Parliament. The Government of Montserrat is seeking bids for this exciting new development project, the design of the island's new Parliament building. The deadline for bid submissions is February 14th, 2024. The new Parliament building will be constructed in Little Bay. Speaker of the Montserrat Legislative Assembly, Honourable Charlena White, noted the importance of a Parliament building to Montserrat's democracy.
We know that parliamentary democracy is something that is very important to the free countries like Montserrat. And for almost 30 years, we have been without a parliamentary home. And we think that that has had a negative impact on our society, because what we have right now is really not tenable. It's not secure, unsecure, and it is not fit for purpose. And so we are looking forward to actually having a building that is fit for purpose and represents the dignity and authority of a parliament here for Montserrat. And in light of the fact that Montserrat, Little Bay, is becoming our emerging development in Montserrat against the backdrop of the new port and all of the other developments to come, we felt like the parliament building, once it is built, should reflect that dignity here and should attract visitors when they come here to Montserrat. And so we're looking quite forward to a really beautiful building which reflects the authority of Parliament, the dignity of Parliament, and also attract visitors to it when they get here.
Honourable Charlene White. Stay with us. We have more government news stories after this. Welcome back to Government at Work. A draft National Quality Policy, or NQP, for Montserrat is expected to be developed by March 2024. The policy aims to implement measures relating to standards, metrology, conformity assessment, and technical regulation contained in all relevant policies where they exist on Montserrat. Montserrat is one of the few CARICOM member states not currently aligned to the CARICOM Regional Quality Policy launched in 2017. Developing an NQP will provide an opportunity for the Trade and Quality Infrastructure Division to review quality issues identified in other policies and related strategies and amend sections that may not be in compliance with international guidelines and rules, or that may lack coherence to a structured National Quality Infrastructure, or NQI, development program. Member of the Standards Partnership Team, Trevor Vise, visited Montserrat from January 15th to 19th to work on the situational analysis and national standardization strategy for Montserrat. His working visit paves the way for the draft National Quality Policy to be delivered by March 2024. Vice said that when the necessary standards are implemented, Montserrat would be able to benefit significantly, and that there are already persons on island with the necessary technical skills.
There's also what appears to be some quite extensive technical skills on the island already. Food safety exists. There are metrologists here, and people are genuinely interested in. And if this group of people who work perhaps full-time in a new unit called the National Quality Unit, they'll build competencies around that. They'll build those networks with people who are interested in it and be able to call on those skills when necessary. I'm reluctant to call them a volunteer group because I think they should be rewarded somehow, but they do exist. They're keen and enthusiastic. So the two things could mean you could really raise your game in relation to quality infrastructure. And when you've got a good quality infrastructure policy in place and it's thriving, it'll allow the country to do anything it wants to apply it to. So if you want to increase your trade policy, your export policy, your environmental policy, you'll be able to do that much better with a thriving quality infrastructure. And you could apply it to chosen sectors like food safety, if that was a target. Tourism could be a target as well. So I think there's a very promising basis from which to start, and I think we're at an early stage of agreeing what that looks like. But so far I've found a very good spirit and partnership with the team that I've met, and that I've been lucky enough to have assigned for the visit.
Trevor Vise. The British Standards Institute, BSI, has allocated a tranche of funds from the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, FCDO, to work with CARICOM member states to implement some trade and quality infrastructure projects with the CARICOM Regional Organization for Standards and Quality, CROSSQ. The identified sub-project for Montserrat is the development of our National Quality Policy, NQP, as Montserrat is the last member state to implement the CARICOM Regional Quality Policy, RQP. Trevor Vise was Head of Technical Policy and International Policy Manager at BSI and Director of Standards Development, Technical Group Manager and Technical Program Manager at International Organization for Standardization, ISO.
The Government Information Unit, GIU, is the communications arm of the Government of Montserrat. We serve as the official platform for news and information for and about the government's ministries and departments. We develop information products on government's policies, programs, projects, and activities, which are then channeled through various communication platforms. GIU, your official source for news and information on the Government of Montserrat.
And finally, in this January edition of Government at Work, Montserrat cybersecurity received a boost from 2 cyber specialists from the UK government in January 2024. The specialists were on island to provide essential training and development, aiming to enhance cyber awareness across our territory and fortify our cybersecurity measures. The team was hosted by Montserrat's new Chief Information Officer, Dr. Ajhanii Lewis. Her Excellency the Governor, Mrs. Sarah Tucker, expressed gratitude to the UK government for their ongoing support and expertise in this critical security area. The visit marks the next phase of support following a cyber risk review conducted on the island in June 2023. The focus now shifts to the implementation of key recommendations from that review. Collaborating closely with Dr. Ajhanii Lewis, his team, and the broader government on the island, the cyber specialists offered support that encompasses data protection legislation, cybersecurity awareness training, and conducting risk assessments of critical national information infrastructure installations. Deputy Premier, Dr. the Honourable Samuel Joseph, along with other senior government officials and critical national infrastructure providers, participated in a tabletop exercise. This interactive simulation was designed to engage participants and generate responses to a fictitious cyber incident. The exercise aimed to provide a safe space for participants to undergo a simulated cyber attack, with the learnings forming the foundation for a coordinated cross-Montserrat response in cybersecurity. Thank you for tuning in to the January edition of Government at Work. Join us next month for highlights covering the month of February. I am Ajhanii Lewis on behalf of the GIU Government at Work production team. Thank you for watching.
The Government Information Unit, GIU, is the communications arm of the Government of Montserrat. We serve as the official platform for news and information for and about the government's ministries and departments. We develop information products on government's policies, programs, projects, and activities, which are then channeled through various communication platforms. GIU, your official source for news and information on the Government of Montserrat.